Mexican protesters have shut a U.S. southern border crossing amid fears that untested American travelers will spread coronavirus. Residents in Sonora, south of the U.S. state of Arizona, have promised to block traffic into Mexico for a second day after closing a checkpoint for hours on Wednesday. They wore face masks and held signs telling Americans to "stay at home." Mexico has fewer than 500 confirmed COVID-19 cases and the U.S. over 65,000. The border is supposed to be closed to all except essential business, but protesters said there has been little enforcement and no testing by authorities. The blockade was led by members of a Sonora-based group, Health and Life, who called for medical testing to be done on anyone who crosses from the U.S. into Mexico. José Luis Hernández, a group member, told the Arizona Republic, "There are no health screenings by the federal government to deal with this pandemic. That's why we're here in Nogales. We've taken this action to call on the Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador to act now." The Mexican president has been criticized for his response to the pandemic, as has U.S. President Donald Trump. Mr. Hernández said the Wednesday demonstrations were a first warning to Mr. López Obrador, popularly known by his initials, AMLO. The group has called for enforcement of the crossing ban on all U.S. or Mexican citizens for tourism or medical reasons, including those who cross the border every day to attend school or work in the U.S. Authorities must also conduct medical testing on Mexicans deported from the U.S., they said. The group have vowed to block the Decancina checkpoint again after shutting it down on Wednesday afternoon. President Trump has made cutting the number of people crossing the border from Mexico into the U.S. a centerpiece of his administration. He blames border crossers from the South for bringing economic and social problems into the U.S. He announced last week that the frontier was to close due to coronavirus.